Da-da-da-da. Episode 4 of Same Things We Do Every Day. And if you are here today, we are going to talk about some stuff that society put up as shallow, just because it's like mainly things that women like. So let's have a talk.
Baby, I'm so low-fi. Everything is wrong on me, but I managed to survive.
I was like watching a YouTuber talking about it. I don't even remember the name of the YouTuber. She was talking about makeup and stuff, things that I never read about or watch about. And she got in a point that really like lightened up my my life lamp, because it took like quite a while for me, for example, to get into makeup or dressing up. I used to only wear like t-shirts and jeans and normal all-star, and then about makeup I only use like eyeliner maximum until I was like, I don't know, 24 or so. And little by little after, I start to like, I like makeup but not that much. I don't know how to do like those incredible makeups and stuff, and I'm not like super fashion. I just like to mix what I have and like get something okay looking. And then that YouTuber was talking about like why things that are for women like makeup and fashion are considered shallow, but if you stop to think, sports like football or superheroes are something like super cool. Like, what is the difference? It's because one is obviously like in man, like the male domain, so sports is more like male. So as we are, well, we are starting to go out of this patriarchal situation. We're breaking a lot of like rules of society and stuff. But like anything connected to women, I'm trying to put the thoughts together. That's why I'm like slower. So like anything that women like is like instantly bad. It's music. So if there is like a really big fandom on a singer, a pop singer, he's shit. He's like, oh my god, it's problematic because he has so many fans. So for example, young girls go and like camp outside a stadium to watch Justin Bieber, Harry Styles, something like. And then for men it's like, oh, that's shallow. But if a dude go like on a trip or camp outside a stadium to watch some games, it's cool, it's awesome, right? So there is very little amount of male stuff, because I don't see like that anymore, but like that is mostly for men that people consider shallow. Name one thing on the comments. Like, what is a man thing that is shallow? I seriously can't think about anything that is considered shallow for a man lifestyle. But it, for example, a man buy a car and he loves his car and be like polishing it, washing it, vacuuming it. Awesome. He likes his car. But if a girl has the same like relationship with its cars, and for example with like pink and all well taken care, oh, you're shallow. What are the senses about it? Like, doesn't make any sense. And with that, it creates a lot of confusion, mostly like in teenagers. For example, I was a teenager that I was zero feminine, like zero, like what they consider feminine. Of course, there's let's take this like this. There is a lot of things that are not like black and white anymore. So I'm putting up like feminine, but I mean, I didn't like to wear dresses. I didn't put makeup. I only listened to rock music, and for me, I was like, I'm cool. I can hang out with the boys, because girls are shallow, and like I like to read, and the girls just like to gossip about the boys and put makeup, and why I wanted so much to be different than them. Like, what is the reason? It's just because I wanted to be like more free than girls are. So I was doing boys stuff. I would be like the whole broadcast like doing like this. Like, it's the same thing as like at some point I thought or I was lesbian or I was it come the word in Finnish muu sukupuolinen, like other gender. I don't know how to say. I wasn't like considering myself boy or girl because I actually wanted to be free of all the like labeling, tagging. Like, oh, girls can do that, girls can't do that, boys just do that, boy. And I'm putting up my point of view because, well, I born as a girl and I lived as a girl. And now I'm breaking up like all those like boy and girls stuff. I'm putting my point of view. Of course, if you are a guy or if you are trans or if you are other gender, they, whatever, you are going to have experience different, but I'm putting it up from my side. So like I hid from my parents when I found out what was menstrual period that I was hiding already because my father told at some point that when I'd become a girl, had a period, like menstrual period, I would need to stop to play with my colleagues, like my friends that lived on the same street, because I had only boy friends. Like there was only boys on my street and I was the only girl. And he said like you wouldn't like be able to play with them anymore. And when I had my first period, I didn't know what was it. It is even funny to think that I didn't know because nobody talked to me about it. My parents were divorced already and I was living with my dad. And on the same day I was like, what the fuck, I'm bleeding, I'm not going to tell to anyone, this gotta stop at some point. Like, I'm okay, I'm not telling. And on there was a teenager TV show in Brazil called Malhação, like working out or something. And there was a teenager on the show that got her period and the mom sat with her and explained everything on the same day that I got mine. And I was like, oh, so I'm actually not dying. So for a while, then I understood what was like becoming a girl, that my father, like becoming a woman, like my father told. And I was hiding it. But then I questioned myself, how did I hide it? Like, I was using my sister like absorbent pads for a while, thinking that she wouldn't realize that was disappearing. And at some point she told my dad like, hey, she might have got her period because mine are disappearing, my like pads are disappearing from the house and stuff. I was really raised like on this patriarchal mode, like, oh, if you lose your virginity it's really bad. But my brother could bring like girls to home and stuff, like you can't have a boyfriend. I lived in the really like tight strings. I think also because my sister was like young, having a kid. I don't know. My parents are from like 40 and 50s, so they went through dictator and a lot of stuff. So they have a different point of view in life. And I was the youngest one, so I got the changing point. I'm the youngest one, so, and I'm 30. So I got to experience like those conflicts in their way they were raising me, to the way that I was finding myself and finding about my personality and stuff. Then watching this video from that YouTuber that I don't even remember who was it. It just got stuck on my brain because I have a book that it's like a commonplace book. And on that commonplace book, I write, well, parts of stuff. Like if I'm reading a book, watching a YouTube channel, something, and come a sentence that makes sense in my mind and I don't want to forget, I wrote down. And in here I have, I wrote down about why fashion and makeup, it's just the example, is considered superficial. And when I thought that, well, women don't have any decision make on the culture matters. Like we don't hold a spot on society decisions at all. Like what is good, what is bad. I mean, nowadays there is like some difference, but we simply don't hold a spot on it. Anything that is related to girls or like main interested people on it are girls is superficial. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Ah. Yeah, and then the other thing is like to prove for boys and men to prove their masculinity, they can't engage in anything related to women or girls' interests, like princess, makeup, dressing well, taking care of own like what was the word that they use? Metrosexual, like when the guy take care a lot of themselves. And so that's like less man. It drops his masculinity, and it's not the problem just like not participating on girl related stuff. You gotta also hate and actively tell to everybody and assert your distance from it. And it's like if a girlfriend come like, oh, let me put a lipstick on you, and it can cause like a huge fight, or like, hey, put this skirt, let's see how does it look, and like it can actually cause a big ass fight. And I think about how many guys were interested on painting their nails in high school for like band related, and nowadays with the rappers it's coming back again with like painting nails. And how many of them are considered gay by the more masculine guys just because it's something related to a like woman culture. It's like, whoa, wait a second, how can something like that be like changing points? You know, it's like when I stop to think, it's like man has to be strong and not never cry. It's the same point. It's like, because if you cry and you are soft, you are a girl. Who create that point of view that being sensible means that you are like less? And that comes the breaking through. It's like any of those things connected to woman culture or to women are something connected to being less, being low, being like slowly going through understanding that some stuff I shouldn't like be putting myself back on, like putting makeup. Like for me it's still difficult to put like red lipstick. I can wear any other color, but red, I feel that I'm taking so much attention, and it's really difficult for me to use red makeup, lipstick. And I think that on days that I put makeup I'm like way too feminine, and depending on the day I feel bad of having makeup, or like days I put dresses and I feel blasting, and some other days I feel like shit. So there is a lot connected to how I was on my teenage years. What is like so crazy that I lost so many, like I was on the 2000s a teenager, so I lost so much cool fashion from the 2000s. I think that's why I'm like stuck on the emo phase, because now I can actually like express myself. And so, but yeah, I think this is more or less what I want to say about the subject of Jesus. That's like so crazy when you stop to think that society still like separates everything based on looks, shallow, and interest. I don't know. My mind is just like with so much stuff. Don't forget to like, to subscribe on the channel, and keep up watching Beauty and the Beast now that we are in English. So we talk next week. Bye.